Yeah, this now breaking news. Spielberg flees. Question about Virginia mom. This is 9 days ago what happened. Here occurs a Virginia insider discusses WJLA report. Nick Murrow questioning Governor Vera Spurs in Chappaqua about killing of Stephen Miller, a 41-year-old mother stabbed to death at a Federal County bus station by a new immigrant. And the same thing, he killed somebody else with a machete too. So that just goes to show you how sickening the Democrats are. So let's go ahead and get into the video and show how she acts, shall we?
To Stephanie Mentor's family, Governor.
My question would be why, when there was attempted deportation order, ICE did not deport them.
ICE had him in custody for 700 days, Governor.
Thank you,
and
sir.
an immigration judge would not allow him to be deported to Sierra Leone.
There she goes, Governor Abigail Spanberger, being asked by WJLA TV's Nick Minock about Stephanie Minter, the 41-year-old mother who was tragically stabbed to death at a bus stop in Fairfax County by an illegal alien in the country since 2012, has committed more than 30 crimes, charged nearly 40 times in this country, and was able to stab Minter to death at a bus stop. She leaves behind a child. A grieving mother, Cheryl Minter, stood on the steps of the Capitol, Thomas Jefferson's Capitol in Richmond, this week asking for Spanberger to help. Minock asks her, do you have any message, do you have any words for this grieving mother and all those who have been victimized by illegal immigrants in this country? She says something flip about how ICE should be doing their job, even though she's preventing local law enforcement from working with ICE. And then she gets in the car and drives away. I'm Uriah Kaiser. This is Virginia Insider. We're giving you the information and news you need to take back your Commonwealth and connect with your community. Please like this video, subscribe, that bell notification, follow along when we post new content about Virginia. But this video right here, guys, the governor was in Culpeper today, and Minock from WJLA Channel 7 in Washington obviously went there to ask her about Minter, who again was brutally stabbed, just at random by Abdul Jallo, in this country since 2012, an illegal alien from Sierra Leone. More than 40 charges on him, and he was released repeatedly from Fairfax County Jail, where Stacey Kincaid, the sheriff of Fairfax County, a Democrat, refuses to honor an ICE detainer. ICE says, please, hey, listen, don't let this criminal go. We want him in federal custody. Law enforcement officials in Fairfax County said, no, we'll let him go. The Commonwealth Attorney, Steve Descano, in Fairfax County, known for his soft-on-crime policies, known for being a Soros-funded prosecutor, continually dropped charges, despite the fact that Fairfax County Police said, hey, this guy's dangerous. He's a danger to the community. It's only a matter of time before he goes out and hurts someone, or worse. Please, is there anything that we can do to keep him locked up? Is there anything that we can do to protect not just police officers who are out there every day putting it all on the line to serve and protect the community, but people like Stephanie Minter, stabbed to death, and Descano let him out. Drop the charge. Spanberger has nothing to say about this, despite the fact that Cheryl Minter, the mother of Stephanie Minter, was on the steps of the Capitol this week at a press conference, begging Governor Spanberger.
Do you currently receive government benefits, such as Medicaid, SNAP food stamps, SSI, or WIC, Federal Public Housing Assistance, Pell Grants, or does your income fall under the Federal Poverty Guideline? If you answered yes, Apply now with AirTalk Wireless to receive a free iPhone, Samsung Galaxy device, and more. You also receive free 5G high-speed internet, plus free monthly cell phone service through a government-funded benefit called the Lifeline and Affordable Connectivity Program. Qualifying subscribers may also be eligible for a tablet. This offer comes with no contracts, no monthly bills, and no hidden fees. AirTalk Wireless, connecting Americans. Visit airtalkwireless.com to apply now.
For help, asking her not to sign a bill that would prevent all local law enforcement in Virginia from ever working with federal law enforcement ICE agents ever again. That bill from Senator Saddam Aslim from Fairfax would ban any future agreement between any jurisdiction, town, county, city, essentially putting a forever sanctuary policy in Virginia. Virginia would have sanctuary policies in perpetuity. Not to mention, that's what the governor, that was one of her first executive orders in January when she came in and took over from Glenn Youngkin. She signed an executive order barring any local law enforcement agency from working with ICE. She says that ICE should be focused on their job, local law enforcement should be focused on protecting the streets here in Virginia. I don't know about you, but I want law enforcement, period. When something bad happens, I don't care what badge they're wearing as long as they're there to take care of the problem, as long as I know I can trust them to come get the bad guy and keep my streets safe, keep my community safe, keep my state safe. A grieving mother had to go to Richmond and beg and plead for lawmakers, Democrats who control every lever of power in the state now, from the governor's mansion, state senate, House of Delegates. They control it all. And there she was begging for help. And this, a day later, this was the response from a governor who says she clearly doesn't care. Let me first play you a little bit about what Cheryl Minter had to say.
I'm Cheryl Minter, Stephanie's mom, and I miss her so much. I had her for 41 years, and I don't know what I'm going to do without her. She was a joy to my life. She was a joy to everybody in the family and friends. Change has got to happen with this. It's just got to. I don't know where all these political people are. I mean, they stopped serving citizens. They just stopped. And I'm not quite sure how they get voted in. If they're doing this to all the people, how do they keep going? I mean, it's got to stop.
I've never been in that position. I don't know what it's like to lose a daughter 41 years. I can't fathom that. I can't wrap my head around that. Let me tell you how this went most likely in Culpeper today for Nick Minock and everybody who was out there. Because Spanberger has done this to me too. And I thought I was special. I thought I was the only one that where I asked a question, she says something short and snide and then gets in a car and drives away. No, apparently I'm not. Apparently that wasn't reserved just for me, a reporter where I was in Prince William County when that happened. But it happened again today in Culpeper with Nick Minock. I know the scene here. She went out for an event. I believe this was a business, and There's a lot of people who are excited the governor is there, likely from the business. It's an honor to have a governor come to your thing, your event, whatever it is. People are very excited. You have politicians of the party, likely Democrats, who flock from all over. You have, whether they're local on the county board of supervisors or the town councils or state reps, delegates, state senators, what have you, they will come, especially when the governor's there. It's a big deal, especially those from their own party. They will come out. You'll have people who want to see the governor simply because they're fans, whether they're the same political party, simply because they want to get a glimpse of the governor. You'll have people who want to run for political office and they're there. It's a sort of a pep rally environment, and they stand around after the speeches are done and what the ribbon may be cut. They stand around powing around, and the press will wait around, wait for an opportunity to ask questions of the state's most powerful leader. And generally, under every governor that I have ever covered, from Tim Kaine on, when the governor does an event, the governor greets. There's a lot of people that the governor greets at these things, and they all stand in line, and they're very excited to speak with the governor and talk about their issue or glad hand or whatever it is. And then once that's done, the press gathers around the governor, and there's a gaggle, and the press gets, not long, a minute, maybe 2 minutes tops. This is nothing grand here, but you get at least a minute to ask a question of the governor. And generally they want to talk about why they're there. They want to talk about what a wonderful day it is. And generally a good reporter will come with real questions. I always did. And Nick Minock does too. Clearly what you saw in that video, Nick Minock came prepared. And every video I've seen, he's been prepared on this story. He's been covering the Minter story like nobody else. And that response that you saw there, there's no gaggle. There's no time. She could have stopped and said, that's horrible. What happened? A mother lost her child. That mother had a child of her own. Now that child is motherless. That's an awful thing to happen in our state of Virginia. It's an awful thing to happen, period. It's an awful thing to happen anywhere. But it's a shame it happened in Virginia, and it's a shame that it happened under her watch.
This is what happens when Democrats take power. Innocent people get killed. Okay? Like Obama. When he's in power, a bunch of innocent kids got killed. Joe Biden, same thing. Bill Clinton, same thing. Hell, Bush, same thing. You know he's a Republican. Still happened. That just goes to show you, Democrats do not care about American people. Even some Republicans that say they care about American people do not. Bush is plain example. So that just goes to show you what happens when you got Democrats in power. Hopefully all these videos will slap some sense to y'all dumbasses who vote for Democrats now. See, they don't worry about the black community no more. They go into the Latinos and foreigners to get the votes. Because the blacks finally woke up. Finally woke up and realized what's going on. Anyway, back to the video.
Under Abigail Spanberger's watch. It's a shame that the sanctuary policies that she has put in place prevent federal officers from going and get this guy and getting him out of here. That's a shame. Now, I don't expect her to come out and say all that, but at least she could stop and say, that's terrible. I would have got that out of Tim Kaine. I would have got that out of Glenn Youngkin. I would have likely got that out of Terry McAuliffe. Certainly would have got that out of Bob McDonnell, who was well known for talking to reporters, talking to press. Just some human nature, just a human touch there. We didn't see that. All we saw was she does not care about the Minter family. She does not care that they're grieving. She does not care that there are other illegal aliens in our state who have recently been charged with crimes such as SA of girls in high school, soliciting pictures from 10-year-olds from Manassas, a 10-year-old in Culpeper, where the governor was today. Nothing to say about any of that. Folks, if you can't answer a question, and by all means, that's a softball question. What's your message to the family? How do you feel about what's going on? That's a softball question. If you can't answer that, how are you going to answer a real question if a reporter comes up and says something like, hey, Governor, what's the plan to increase math and reading scores amongst 11th and 12th graders throughout the state to get the SOL scores up, or to improve reading for English as second language students? What's the plan there? Governor, what's the plan to improve safety on the highways so we get more federal highway money? What's the plan to make our streets, our roads safer? Questions about just everyday facets of government while keeping us safe, protecting the citizens of this state, protecting people from guys, men and women who would do them harm. Whether they're in this country illegally or not, she does not care. It does not bother her. It does not concern her. She's got somewhere else to be. And off she was, in the SUV, on to the next appointment. If she can't answer a question about her job,